today's makeup tutorial is going to be on this look right here. This is one of my Valentine's Day looks I'm going to upload here on YouTube. I did more of kind of a smoky, kind of sultrier look. I didn't want to go with a black, kind of darker smoky eye, so I kept it a little bit lighter. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to use the Gellar Spackle Tinted Under Makeup Primer in Champagne. This one has a little bit of a sheen to it, so it gives you kind of a glow. I don't see that much of a glow when I wear it, but it helps just keep the makeup on. Next, I'm using the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer, and then I just set this on either side of my nose just to kind of conceal the pores and fill them a little bit. And then I take whatever is left on my hands and put that all over the rest of my face, mainly in my T-zone. Next, for my foundation, I'm using the Nyx Total Control Coverage Foundation. I'm just using this on the L'Oreal Beauty Sponge. This foundation, you can control how much coverage you want by how many drops you use. Since I am a huge full coverage fan, I use quite a bit of foundation for this, but I'm really liking this foundation so far. It is on the thinner / watery side, so you definitely have to set it with a powder, otherwise it will just start to crease up in a matter of an hour. I find it's easier to apply this foundation also with a sponge instead of a brush. A brush on me tends to get a little bit more on the streaky side, so I like using a sponge to put this on with. This foundation also is a shade lighter than what I would normally wear. I like it to be a little bit lighter, that way I can go back in and I can either add a bronzer or just a darker powder. I find that way it looks a little bit more natural and I can control the color of it better than using a foundation. I'm using the Airspun powder to set my makeup with, and I'm just using a It Cosmetics powder wand brush, and I'm just going to use that to set all over my face. I'm using MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade N5 just to give me a little bit more color. I'm going to spray a little bit of Fix Plus from MAC just to kind of get rid of that powdery look to my face. I'm using Urban Decay eyeshadow in the shade Tease with my crown brush. I'm just going to sculpt my cheekbones out with this. I'm using a Real Techniques buffing brush just to kind of blend out my contour a little bit so it's not as harsh. Then I'm going to go back in with that same crown brush with no product left on it just to kind of build that back up again. For my blush, I'm using Kat Von D's blush in the shade Belissima. And then this is also a Sonia Kashuk brush that came in a kit that I don't remember what the name of it was. I just really wanted a pale kind of wash of pink blush. I'm not a huge fan of wearing a lot of colored blush, so I tend to go for more nudes. For my highlighter, I'm using Louminizer by the Balm. and I just spray my brush with some MAC Fix Plus just to make it a little bit more intense. This brush I'm using came in a kit from IT Cosmetics. It's their Contour Must-Haves kit. Since I'm going to use a liquid lipstick later, I'm going to prep and prime my lips with the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. This stuff is perfect for the winter time, or just to do as a mask at nighttime or before you do your actual lipstick. For my eyeshadow, I'm using the Lorac Mega Pro 3 palette, and I'm going to use BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm taking that very first color in that palette. Then I'm taking Pecan and just blending that all into my crease. Next, I'm taking the shade Maple, and I'm just going to darken that crease up. I'm going in the shade Burgundy with this is also a crown, it's a crease brush, I want to say. And I'm mainly focusing that on the outer corner. Then I'll go in with that BH Cosmetics brush with no extra product on it, and then just blend all of those colors together. I'm going in with a Real Techniques brush in the shade Hickory from the palette, and I'm just going to deepen that crease up a little bit more. Then I'm going to add that same color to my lower lash line. I'm taking the shade Black from that palette and then just putting that on the very, very, very edge of the crease. Then I'm taking a flat synthetic brush and I'm just taking the shade Rose Quartz. I sprayed my brush with some Fix Plus to make it a little bit more opaque. And I'm just putting that all over the inner corner and then up to the middle of my lid. I'm taking NYX Matte Liquid Liner to do my winged liner with. This liner is probably one of my favorite liquid liners I've ever used. It's water resistant enough to where if my eyes water, it doesn't just run off immediately. But the brush tip on it is perfect for doing wing liner. I'm taking the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner just to kind of clean up the edges. I'm sorry I'm getting kind of out of frame sometimes. I have to be like 2 inches away from my mirror to do this. I'm adding the Marc Jacobs black liner in my waterline, just kind of on the outer part of my eye, and then just kind of smudging that over. Then I'm taking the NYX Liquid Crystal Liner in gold. I was planning on doing just like a wing overlay with the glitter, but then I just decided to go all over the middle of my lid with the glitter instead. taking Lights Camera Lashes mascara from Tarte to just add a little bit of mascara to my lashes before I add the false lashes. Then I'm using the Ardell Wispies. I'm sorry, these aren't Wispies. These are the 600, I want to say. They're just kind of more of a piecier lash. Then I'm going to add a little bit of that mascara to my lower lashes. Then once again, I'm doing my brows off camera because I'm just going to do a brow routine. I'm using the NYX Lingerie Liquid Lipstick for my lips. Just more of a kind of a cooler tone brown. And that is it, you guys. I hope you liked the video, and I will see you next time.